Today, ladies and gentlemen, Precious Metal Summit in Zurich here. Now with me is Alexco Resources, a silver producer, and Clynton Nauman, the president and CEO, will give us an update on the company. Clynton, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, and thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Things at Alexco are changing significantly, and as most people know, we were in production producing silver from our Keno Hill Silver District in the Yukon Territory of Canada from 2010 through 2013. We suspended production in 2013 in the face of seriously declining prices. And subsequent to that, we've made a couple of significant discoveries. One much larger ore deposit or silver deposit, and more recently, one very high-grade discovery, which has attracted a lot of attention. So at this juncture, in 2016, going into the fourth quarter, we're looking to update all of our engineering and economic data, and I would think that towards the end of this quarter or in the first quarter of next year, we'll be making a decision as to whether or not to put the district back into production. So the basis of this, of course, is the discovery of our large Flame of Moth deposit, which has, at the present time, published 600,000 tons of about 700 gram per ton silver material available for processing. And then more recently, we've had this very spectacular Birmingham discovery, which is a multi-kilogram per ton silver discovery, a blind discovery, relatively close to our existing processing facilities. And although it's early days, it certainly looks like it could be a game changer in the district.
Fantastic. Is it silver only, or you have also some, I think, lead is attached, right?
Yes, we produce two concentrates. We have a processing facility, a mill that produces lead concentrate and silver concentrate. Recoveries are very good. Lead concentrate or lead recoveries are generally in the 90 to 95% range. And more importantly, the silver, which is in the feed or the ore going into the mill, of that silver, close to 90% of it ends up in the lead concentrate, which is important from a smelter perspective in terms of the payability of the ore. So we also produce a zinc concentrate, which is sort of a middle-of-the-road commercial zinc concentrate, which we also ship. I think it's important to point out, though, that our average concentrate grades in the past were around 60 to 70% lead, carrying 5,000 to 6,000 grams per ton silver, which is itself a pretty attractive lead concentrate. But in the future, with Flame of Moth feed, we'll be producing a concentrate, and lead concentrate with about the same amount of lead, but with 10 to 12,000 plus grams per ton silver.
That's a double.
Yeah, even more important than that, our discovery at Birmingham, which we're currently in the process of drilling as we speak, has grades that are ore grades in the ground, which are higher than our concentrate grades. So that's the basis of why I think it could be a strategically important discovery and possibly could tactically alter the way that we go about putting the district back in production.
Fantastic. If we talk a bit more money-wise, I mean, silver today is $18.50, zinc is $1.06 or something. Yeah. Where do you have your production costs?
It's a great.
What are the margins?
It's a great question. I would venture, and I have said that if silver prices are in the $18 to $20 range. And just as important, the Canadian dollar stays relatively weak to the US dollar, then this district and these deposits are well in the money. And so I am only waiting until I can see all of the information we've gathered this year before making a recommendation to our board as to how we proceed with the redevelopment of the district.
Okay, let's assume silver goes up to the 20s. Yeah, let's assume zinc is a bit better, also lead. What could you imagine? I know it's a forward-looking statement, it's pure speculation, but what could you imagine as a production profile for the future?
First of all, if silver's beyond $20, it's a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer at Keno Hill. Going forward, our production would be about 4 million ounces of silver and somewhere in the 8 to 10 million pound range per year of lead and zinc. So, and that's an increase from 3 million ounces of silver. Let me correct that. 3 million ounces of silver a year with the lead and zinc. That would be generated from a head grade or an ore, average ore grade, that's about 700 grams per ton silver, 400 tons a day through the mill, which is the design capacity of the mill.
Yeah.
I mentioned 4 million ounces a year, and certainly on the back of an envelope, and this is a blue sky statement, if you start thinking about whether or not you would blend in this Birmingham discovery that we have with our Flame of Moth ore, then certainly you're in the 4+ million ounce per year range, which is why strategically it's so important to understand all of the technical issues relative to the existing exploration and evaluation work we're doing prior to making that decision to go back in production.
Fantastic. What's the current financial situation today? Do you have any debts you have to serve? What is money in the bank? How does it look like?
Yeah, our financials were published at the end of June. We had 18 million in cash, and we had about $8 million of restricted cash, which was related to bonds that we have in place, performance bonds that are related to our environmental business, the other side of our business. Subsequent to that, those bonds have actually been released, and so our free cash or unrestricted cash is actually climbing. And we will do we'll do our third quarter financials next week, so there'll be clear visibility to what our cash position is. But it's been strengthening, both as a result of these bonds which have been released, and also because of our environmental business, which is, on the whole, generating profits.
Fantastic. When you want to bring Flame and Moss, is it called, into production, then how much money do you need for that? Or can you do it from cash flow?
Nominally, there were some estimates made several years ago, which would indicate that to put Flame and Moth back in production with supplemental production from a couple of other mines, Belkino and Lucky Queen, be about $20 million.
That's
and of that, about 10 million to 11 million would be directly invested, and the rest is inventory scale up, working capital scale up, concentrate scale up, et cetera, et cetera. So there are some there are ways to deal with the with the working capital and inventory portions of that number.
Exactly. I mean, you mustn't really raise equity for that or something. I mean, you just can go straight forward with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, especially with a strengthening cash position.
Yeah, great. Major target for 2017, what do you want to achieve?
Well, that's the $64 question, and it's. I mean, in the best of all worlds, silver prices continue to be strong. We make a decision to put the district back in production. It'll be 6 or 7 months of development work at Flame and Moth, and half a year of production in 2017. But we would be looking for a minimum annualized production profile of about 3 million ounces of silver a year.
Fantastic, great. Clynton, all the best for that. We look forward to some good news and make it happen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Clynton Nauman, the President and CEO of Alexco Resources. And yeah, you heard it. Production is going well then. Flame and Moss is the game changer, definitely. And if everything goes fine, they will be in production with this also next year. So check out the company. Thanks for watching us. Bye-bye from Zurich.